How do? My name's Anna. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Today I'm going to talk about the Pat McGrath LabsMini palette that came out called Midnight Voyage and compare it to the big motherships that she draws inspiration from. So if you want to see how I got this look, which eye was done with which, then just keep watching. Again, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. This is so cute. I really love how tiny this is. I have not even swatched this yet, so I should hold my excitement. Although I was surprised to see that this is made in Italy, which a lot of the, or all of the motherships are, and a lot of her other products, but they tend to be the better formula. Yeah, I think it's really cool that this was made in Italy, so you can kind of try the formula without spending I think they might be $128 now actually. Anyways, these are the 6 shades that you get in the palette. So this is a very wearable palette, I would say. Anyways, this does have a mirror. I don't wanna, yeah. And it is the full size of the palette. So what you're getting with this are 5 shades that already exist and 1 new shade. The bottom 3 shades are shades that are in her motherships, and then these 2 shades are in the mothership palettes, and then this is the new shade, which, you know, I feel like it could have been a little bit more of a special shade, if you will, or something a little bit more unique if it was going to be a selling point. I don't know if it was. However, let me show you what shades these are. So the first shade, Skin Show Divine Glow, is also in the Mothership 5 Bronze Seduction, and it's this shade right next to it. All right. And then the next shade is Entrapment, this lighter brown, which is also in Pat McGrath. It's the one on the bottom there. This is the, again, Bronze Seduction palette. And then on the bottom row here, that deep sort of eggplant brown is called Extreme Aubergine. And then so those are the 3 shades, so these 3 from the Bronze Seduction palette. And then the next shade down here called Eleganza is actually in the Divine Rose 2 palette. And it's that one on the center in the bottom. All right, and then this last shade called Night Creature is from the Mothership, I believe this is Mothership 3. This is the Subversive palette. And so that is that one. So I'm just gonna swatch these. They do feel really nice. You can barely see that first one. There we go. It's a nice palette. It's sort of a, I mean, it's kind of, you know, cool and warm. There's like 3 cool tones and 3 warm tones, which is interesting. So now I'm gonna swatch the same shades from the Mothership palettes that I already have, and we'll see how they compare. So this first one is the Skin Show Divine Glow. And the second one is Entrapment. And I'm actually gonna just skip this one for now and go to Extreme Aubergine. Man, these feel so nice. I think they feel the same so far. Let's see how they swatch. feel like that maybe packed a little more punch. I don't know. I almost feel like the Mothership palettes are swatching a little better. Like they just seem a little bit smoother. Is that just where I'm putting it on my arm? All right, so the next shade is Eleganza, which is this shade right here from the, gosh, that feels so smooth. I don't know. I feel like the big Motherships just feel better. Is this my imagination? I really don't know. Yeah, like it just seems a little bit more smooth. Okay. And then the last one is this Night Creature shade from the Subversive palette. Okay, so those are the swatches. The mini palette is right here. And then the larger Mothership palettes are here. And I gotta say, I think the Mothership swatches just look better. But it could be where they are on my arm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to swatch those again further up on my arm, just where like the skin is a little bit more the same, I guess, and see if maybe that's why, because this is unexpected. I was expecting them to be the same, and I don't think they are. All right. Maybe it's just because I'm able to get more of my finger in there. I think the Mothership palettes feel better too. Kind of really got my finger in there this time to try to So, did that swatch a little better? They just don't feel as rich. Like, look at how smooth this swatch is. And this one. And then these just seem a little bit more kind of patchy. Interesting. I wonder if it is the same formula or not. So I grabbed a couple other Mothership palettes to try to match as close as I could to this Sunset Bronze shade. And I have Copper Toned from the Sublime palette. I think this was the second Mothership. And that's this one right here. Gosh, yeah, I don't know. These just feel so much smoother. Maybe it's because there's more space to put my finger and you're not like touching the edges of the mini palette. So this is from the mini palette. And it looks like this. And then this is Copper Toned underneath it. And it's just a little less shiny, I would say. And a little bit deeper, a little bit less sort of pink. Come on, focus. Focus. It's a little less shiny, but that would do in a pinch. It's not identical, but it's close. Maybe a little bit warmer, a little more orange and less pink. All right, and then the other shade that I grabbed out is from the Decadence palette, which I think is the 6th fourth mothership. And this shade right here, which I don't know what this one is called, but this was what I was thinking might be somewhat close. Let's see. So that one sort of has more shine like the top one, but it is a little bit deeper. I think for today's look that is gonna work the best though, because what I thought I would do is one eye with the mothership palettes and one with the mini palette. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do an eye look. I do have my eyes primed with the MAC Paint Pot in Soft Ochre with a powder over that, and I'm going to zoom in, do an eye look, and I'll come back and talk about how everything went. My makeup. Oddly, I am not wearing foundation. And man, my face is a different color than my neck. Wear sunscreen, folks. This is probably from not wearing sunscreen for like a decade. So anyway, that's the look. And I like it. I think it's a pretty color story. It's funny. I'm not as excited about it as I thought I was going to be. I don't know. I loved the size. And I thought that the packaging was really cute, and I like the color story. I think it's a cute color story. I think it's very wearable, but it's still kind of interesting. Super flattering for my eye color. But yeah, it's interesting. I sort of felt like as I was working with it that this side didn't have as much pigment, but then again, so I was using sometimes the same brush and I was just wiping it off in between. Sometimes that doesn't do as good of it. I was trying to be thorough, but sometimes it doesn't do as good a job as it could. So that could be part of it. It was just, you know, my control group or my control was not as, you know, scientifically like perfect as it could have been, or as controlled as it could have been. But I did feel like the swatches were also more pigmented on the larger mothership palettes. Okay, here's the thing too. I'm being very, very picky because this is Pat McGrath and because this itty bitty thing, you know, was $29. I think if you have all of the mothership palettes, do you really need this in a tiny thing with this extra shade? Maybe not. I don't know that this side is that much better than this side as far as, you know, because this was, I did it on my lower lash line so that it would be very obvious, the difference. I don't think it's gonna make that much difference. I mean, if you really want it for the shade, if you're a hardcore Pat McGrath collector, I mean, yes, like, buy this. It's not bad. In fact, it's pretty good. The formula is, you know, pretty good. I feel like it blended out really nicely. You know, it's interesting. I feel like maybe on this side that, what's it called, Night Creature shade is a little bit more intense, more like purple on the mothership side, and that is this shade right here, which I think does have a bit of a more intense purple sheen to it, although it's over here too. Oh no, this is the smaller one. I take that back. So that was probably just application. All right, so I'm sort of torn on this. I don't regret picking it up. I'm actually gonna be on vacation soon. I might bring this. I'm probably not gonna wear makeup on vacation, except maybe if I film a video just for the fun of it. Because I'm gonna be out in the middle of the woods, which, you know, sunscreen. There you go. It's cute. It's cute. I love this size actually. And it certainly works and it's flattering. As far as the comparison, I mean, how do you compare? I honestly don't even know how. Like, how do you compare this to purchasing 3 different mothership palettes in order to have all of these shades? And they're not particularly unique shades. Like, you know, maybe Night Creature, maybe is kind of special. And I will say, Extreme Aubergine is a really great, flattering shade for my particular skin tone and eye color. I don't know if that's a universal thing or if that is just me, but I really like it. And I do think, I didn't really blend it so much because I sort of used it as a wing, but it is a very beautiful color. I think this has a nice range of shades. I think the color story, like color story wise, it's very well curated. You know, it goes from extremely light to extremely dark and has a mixture. I mean, a mixture. It's got the 2 mattes. Oops, the 2 mattes and then some shimmers. And you could even go you know, you could do just the orange shimmer on the lid, have it be a warmer look, a more bronzy look, or you could do just like these two shades and have a really soft ethereal look. I think that the color story is very well curated. It's a good palette. The formula is solid. I don't know if it is as wonderful, as good, especially those mattes, as the bigger motherships. I can't quite tell, but maybe not. I just think this was more pigmented. Although, okay, to be fair, I had an easier time with Extreme Aubergine on this eye with the mini palette than I did on this eye. Could be that it's my left eye, but it felt like the formula was a little bit easier to work with. I don't know, maybe they're exactly the same and I'm just trying to find things that are different about them. Yeah, my hooded eyes are a problem for wings, so I'm not gonna take that. Or what I will say is, if I were you, I would take that with a grain of salt. Anywho, thank you for joining me today. This was really fun to pull out some of my mothership palettes that I haven't used in a while and sort of get reacquainted, I suppose. I like this little palette. I'm not gaga over it, but I like it. And I am starting to repeat myself over and over again. So I'm gonna sign off. Hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.